Imagine you're just scrolling on your phone at midnight, half asleep, when suddenly, this terrifying notification flashes across your screen. At first, maybe you think, hey, it's just another routine military exercise. People might ignore it for those first few minutes, brushing it off as just more political posturing. But then, the tone shifts. The updates start coming faster, and the news anchors, they start looking genuinely panicked.
Okay, let's dive into this because this is where the panic truly sets in. The second alert hits, this is the exact moment two absolute superpowers directly collide. You see, you aren't just looking at a regional dispute anymore. You're watching the two most powerful militaries on the planet steering their warships right into the exact same narrow stretch of water. The strategic ambiguity is completely gone, and the standoff is suddenly very, very real.
And within mere hours, the visceral, real-world fallout begins. This isn't just happening on a screen anymore, guys. It's happening in your daily life. Airports immediately jam with grounded flights. Petrol prices shoot up by the minute as panic buying sets in. Every single news channel is relentlessly flashing war, war, war. The entire global system just goes into complete shock.
So, how did we get here? Let's look at the root cause: technology and ego.
You might be wondering, how does a tiny island potentially hold the entire world's economy hostage? Well, it all comes down to an absolute monopoly on the world's most advanced computer chips. Taiwan produces upwards of 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors. Literally everything from the smartphone sitting in your pocket to the latest AI systems to advanced military missiles and satellites, they're all entirely dependent on chips manufactured right there. If Taiwan's factories stop running, global technology literally grinds to a halt. The modern world simply cannot function without this one specific island. To really understand the stakes here, we have to look at the superpowers circling this tech hub. For China, this isn't just some technology dispute. It's deeply tied to national pride, history, and a core mission of reunification. On the flip side, for the United States, it's all about maintaining a highly delicate balance, protecting Taiwan to prevent a massive shift in military power, economic dominance, and ultimate control over the Pacific Ocean. And this is a stated goal. The highest levels of Chinese leadership have openly declared that Taiwan will eventually become part of China, peacefully or forcefully. That completely transforms the issue, doesn't it? It elevates the conflict from a simple dispute over supply chains into a deeply ingrained matter of national ego and historical destiny. It's basically a promise that the status quo cannot and will not last forever. Which brings us to the silent standoff and the truly strange reality of the situation today. And this brilliantly illustrates the relentless, daily military posturing happening right now. This isn't some Hollywood movie. It's real-world psychological warfare, a high-stakes staring contest where both sides are heavily armed and absolutely refusing to blink. It's a constant cycle of escalation. First, you have Chinese fighter jets detected flying near Taiwan on an almost weekly basis. Then warships actively patrolling the surrounding seas. And finally, massive military drills that simulate full-blown blockades. It's a continuous, loud drumbeat of military capability, designed specifically to exhaust and intimidate. But here's the crazy part. Amidst all of this, ordinary citizens are just trying to live their lives. I mean, imagine the visceral reality of this for a second. You're commuting to the office, you're dropping your kids off at school, grabbing a coffee, all while knowing full well that the situation in the waters just miles away could explode at any second. It's this strange, surreal reality of maintaining a totally normal life while living under a constant, heavy shadow of global fear. And America is directly responding in the region too. The US maintains a frequent warship presence in the Taiwan Strait. They push through significant weapons deals to arm the island, and they engage in secret military coordination talks. So looking at this neutrally, both nations are silently, but very firmly drawing lines in the sand, flexing their muscles, and telling each other to back off. But what happens on the day everything explodes? The day control is finally lost. With so much military hardware packed into such a tiny airspace and waterway, it wouldn't even require an intentional declaration of war. A single mistake, jets flying a little too dangerously close, an accidental missile launch, that could be the spark. And once that control is lost, neither side can afford to back down. Immediately, this terrifying kinetic domino effect takes over. Global allies divide, stock markets completely collapse, crypto crashes, oil prices explode, Flights are grounded, supply chains go dead. It's an instant cascade of global fallout hitting every single economy at an astonishing speed. Panic buying starts, shelves empty out, and the shockwaves shatter the global economy in real time.
But let's look at the invisible cyber war, because that is the real nightmare.
Taking a deep breath here, missiles and warships are honestly only half the threat. While everyone's looking at the sky and the sea, the true modern nightmare is completely invisible. Now, what's really interesting about this is how 21st century warfare fundamentally operates. Conflicts are no longer just fought on battlefields between soldiers. They're fought through the targeted destruction of digital infrastructure, the weaponization of AI to spread massive misinformation, and calculated economic sabotage. The kinetic war is terrifying for sure, but the unseen war running parallel to it, that's what will actually paralyze society. The target isn't just the military, it's the civilian system itself.
Let's connect this directly back to your living room. Picture yourself sitting at home, frantically seeking information about the crisis, and suddenly, your internet just goes dead. You try to check your savings, but your banking apps are completely offline. You run to the street, but the ATMs are broken. Then power blackouts start rolling through the city, and all the while, your phone occasionally reconnects, but only to flood you with manipulated, AI-generated fake news. You don't know what's real, and you have absolutely no access to your money. That is the modern cyber nightmare.
Which brings us to the unresolved threat, and a much bigger question. When you zoom out from the immediate terror of military and cyber conflicts, you arrive at the ultimate overarching geopolitical question. Because all the warships, all the posturing, it's really just a symptom of a much larger unresolved threat hanging over the globe. Taiwan is essentially the ultimate testing ground for who will control the 21st century. You have a rising superpower and an existing superpower silently observing each other. They're waiting, calculating, and constantly testing boundaries. The island is literally the fulcrum upon which the balance of global power rests.
And this leaves us with a truly chilling reminder. If you look back at catastrophic historical events, they're frequently not triggered by some calculated intention to start a massive war. They are triggered by mistakes made under immense pressure and national ego. When two massive powers absolutely refuse to lose face, the room for diplomatic error shrinks to practically zero.
Every passing month, this tiny island becomes a more dangerous hotspot. The ships keep moving, the jets keep flowing, and the world watches silently, knowing that if this explodes, every single corner of the Earth is going to feel it. So I leave you with this. Will diplomacy ultimately save us? Or are we just witnessing the greatest psychological pressure game in human history right before the inevitable? Thanks for tuning into this explainer. See you next time.